This man over here, he trying to put Alexa Bliss, okay, number like 3 or 4 on a list of the. How you gonna put Alexa Bliss like she number one? Like she automatically number. This has nothing to do with the draft or anything at all. But we're here to do our
Yeah,
week.
your reasoning has nothing to do with the draft. My reasoning had to do with the draft. So we know your reasoning.
Because she's beautiful and talented and beautiful and beautiful. Anyway, CWC Cruiserweight Classic Week 2 is in the books, and we're going to review it for you. That was almost a rhyme because two and you rhyme, and then I did it with the and yeah, I'm white, so yeah, we gonna we gonna start off with our opening match was Tajiri. Yeah, that's right, Tajiri. He's old. I love Tajiri, but he is old, and it's starting to show it a little bit. I'm sorry to say, but he went up against Damian Slater. It was obviously definitely good to see Tajiri back in the ring. We got to see some of his great veteran work. We got to see some of his, iconic signature moves and things like that, which was really cool. We got to see the tarantula, the buzzsaw kick. We didn't see the mist. I was waiting on the mist. We didn't see the mist. Um, I was very impressed with Damian Slater. I thought he looked really good. I honestly thought he looked better in this match than Tajiri, which was why I was actually surprised. I know DJ kind of predicted Tajiri was going to win, but with Damian Slater's performance in this match, I really thought he was going to get the win. And then I was surprised when Tajiri did get the win. I'm just not really sure where they're going to go with that. I could see him more, you know, they said that he says he has a year or two left, in him, but I could see him more, working in the performance center, helping, training guys really than anything else. And then him checking his knee after the pin worried me a little bit. You kind of saw him playing with his knee a little bit. So, hopefully that's not anything too serious. When you get older, injuries happen much easier. So hopefully that's nothing. But any thoughts in the opening match?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, the
The
jury is
jury
signed
signed
to a Legends contract for WWE right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if he went farther in this tournament, even farther than it seems like he's gonna go. I haven't checked anything, I promise. I was just saying because I have heard that he has a Legends contract. I, well, why would I check anything? I wouldn't want to because I actually want to watch the match and be invested in the match and really like if I check it, I'm not gonna be invested in it. But I enjoyed this match though. It was definitely fluid. I like that Slater is so fluid in the ring. To a certain degree, it kind of did. It felt like Slater kind of carried this match, I guess you could say. I don't like using that term because I know it takes two to, you know, two to wrestle in a match.
Tango.
And Tajiri, what?
It takes two to tango.
Yeah, two to tango.
Yeah.
But I obviously Slater's gonna get more time to do a lot more things just because he is younger. He has a lot more energy in him. But Tajiri with those kicks, they still stiff as all can be. My goodness, his kicks are just ridiculous. He is a tarantula, and I was like, the tarantula, tarantula. It felt like old times. It felt like old times. I can't remember who used to call that. They used to call it perfectly back when he used to be in WWE. It might have been JR, but I can't remember off the top of my head who it was. But I loved it when they used to call it. I can't remember who it was off the top of my head. It, Taz might have been one too. But anyway, he ends up winning with the buzzsaw kick, and the buzzsaw kick looks so good too. I thought this was a good match though. It was good to Especially if you're like casually like on the network, which is kind of something you don't do. But let's just say like you have just someone, one of your friends is over, and you casually watch the network and you used to be a wrestling fan or something. It's good to see Tajiri on the screen and be like, oh, he's still doing stuff. You know what I mean? And maybe it bring back some memories or something. I don't know, but I enjoyed this match though. I thought it was a fabulous match.
Was it FAB? Sorry, I'm not gonna do. I'm not. Sorry. I Anyway, moving on before I start, singing entrance music, and turn into Justin. But he plays it and then gets our videos taken down because of copyright. And it's all your fault, Justin. Not even here, and I'm gonna yell at you. But moving on to, I'm gonna say it. It might have been match of the night. TJ Perkins versus the Mac. First of all, before the match even started, I need to see more of the Mac. The man dances and so much fun. Unfortunately for him, TJP took him right to school, right out of right from the opening bell, right to school. I can't believe I actually wrote this in my notes because I never thought I would, but we had a head scissors pinning combination. What? I wouldn't even have ever thought of this. A head scissors pinning combination. The man, TJP needs to be signed like right now, and just give him the title right now. But this was just one of those fun matches to watch. I feel like we don't really we get that like in NXT occasionally now, not as much as we used to, but I feel like we don't really get just fun matches to watch. Matches where you just kind of sit back and can kind of be a fan again, rather than kind of nitpicking at every little thing. This was just a fun match to watch. TJ wins via submission, which I was kind of surprised that he would win with submission. I wouldn't have thought, he would go for a submission to win, but definitely was a great match. I can't wait to see his next match. But thoughts on TJP and Damac?
Yeah, I really enjoyed this match. I thought it was amazing. TJ Perkins, man, I don't know what that man is, just so fluid. And I've been saying this for years, ever since I probably first saw him and actually knew he was TJ Perkins. He's just so fluid from move to move. It's amazing. He just makes it easy. He makes it look easy, guys. Come on, let's be honest. He said it himself. He makes it look easy. He really does though. Like he really does make it look like anyone can do it, I guess, or something like that. Like he has that way about his moves. Even though I know I could do it, I mean, it takes some time. It takes some
time. I tried, and it didn't work out too well.
Okay. But yeah, the head scissors. He did a head scissors into a submission, like where he was. I think it's the same pinning combination type thing where he was doing the pinning combination and a submission at the same time. I thought that was freaking really cool. The jackknife cover into the Boston Crab, and then he grabs the arms to create some other submission that I don't even know the name of. That was amazing. I had never seen that. It was so innovative. Because I already like the cover into the submission spot. Like I already love it. Samoa Joe does it, and I love it every time. And then he just added something different to it, which was great to see. And then the Black Widow straight into the Muda lock was freaking amazing. Casey, can we call TJ Perkins a submission specialist? Like, has he earned it yet?
I mean, I think we just call him any kind of specialist, and it fits. I mean, a high flying specialist, a submission specialist, I can do anything better than you specialist. I think, and DJ's watching NXT right now. I see the facial expression.
Oh, that's dirty. But anyway, um, yeah, I just thought this match was amazing. Like, and not even from just TJ Perkins' perspective. Like, I know I'm really high on TJ Perkins, and it feels like I only took notes about TJ Perkins, but the Mac was also really fun to watch. And I think that, like, I think it's hypocritical of us to say that we like the Mac when we don't like these dancing around, when we don't like, for example, No Way Jose. But I would tell you this: the Mac at least has a backstory behind why he does what he does. Whereas with these gimmicks that we see, a lot of times they don't. There is no backstory. Even if you create your own backstory, that's fine. But there is no backstory to why people dance around and stuff. And I think he made it unique, and he made it like kind of like a showman type thing rather than just a playing with the crowd type thing. He made it more of a showman, like a showboating type of a thing. And I really enjoyed what he was doing.
And I think also with that, with guys like No Way Jose and even to an extent Fandango, it's just about the dancing gimmick. There's not enough good wrestling involved in it. But with the Mac, there was really good wrestling too. So, it kind of makes it okay that, he's dancing too. And the man did a moonwalk. I mean, I don't, if anyone does a moonwalk, I don't care. You the man. Yeah. And No Way Jose's finishing move is a baseball punch thing. Oh God.
but yeah, let me the one move that I did like. I mean, I liked a lot of moves from the Mac, but I obviously like the moves were so crazy in this match that I couldn't put them all down. What did I just say? But the jump up Inseguri from the corner was really nice by the Mac. I like that a lot. But yeah, I enjoyed this match. It was just so fluid. The transitions from move to move were so fluid, and that's one of the things I love the most about T.J. Perkins. And I'm still predicting him to win. I'm still predicting him to win. I'm doing it. It's gonna happen.
I mean, but we already know who's gonna win. I'm just saying.
Technically, we don't, unless you've been looking up some stuff. You want to talk about me looking up some stuff as I look up at you.
I ain't even. It's WWE telling us subliminally. They telling us. Yeah.
Who they saying?
That
I think they're saying that Kuda Ibushi. I think that's who they saying.
that's what they're saying. That Kata Ibushi guy is gonna win it.
Since they sent him out. They like gave him a whole little fanfare when he was at that NXT special at one time.
Yeah. Next, we got Mustafa Ali versus Lindsay Dorado. 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 I think, yeah, I got that right. Dorado. Yeah. I like the confident heel tactics from Ali. Playing the bad cop. Get it? Because he's a cop and he was being a yeah. It was funny in my head when I had thought about it because he's a cop in real life, but he was being a. I was excited for a bunch of high spots in this match, with both of them being high flyers. But I felt like we didn't get a bunch of as many as I thought we would. We did get some, really good spots. I loved the head scissors off the apron by Lindsay Dorado. That's something that we don't really see that often. Followed by a nice moonsault. Awesome springboard reverse Hurricane Rana. That was awesome. And then the springboard Spanish fly off the top rope was kind of cool. But I sent a message to DJ asking why no one else does this move, but I love the inverted 450 splash by Ali, even though he missed it. It would have been cool if he hit it, but he didn't. But I really like both of these guys. I didn't think I would like Mustafa Ali as much as I do, but I found if he was signed and they did a heel gimmick with him, I feel like it would work. Just the way the way he carries himself in the ring. He was good in the ring. Lince Dorado was really good in the ring too. But Lince Dorado does win, going on to the second round. Any thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I definitely feel like this match did get you excited for high flying, which was cool. And I think the high flying moves that they did were unique to a point where it didn't make it seem like, because high flying stuff to a certain degree, especially when you get into like the lucha libre style, to me, in my opinion, feels very like cliche because you see a lot of hurricane ranas and stuff now. So like I've always felt like, not always, but like recently more so, I felt like the high flying stuff has gotten cliche, and you see suicide dives all the time. So I think they did a good job of making it, doing these unique moves and making it look good. The roll through neck breaker by Ali was amazing. When he jumped through the middle rope and then rolled through, I love that. Thought that was really good. The springboard hurricane rana was cool by Dorado. The springboard flip bottom made me go run out of the room. It was amazing. I was like, that's possible? Wait, hold up. And then the same thing with the springboard reverse hurricane rana. I was like, wait, huh? Nah, you can't be. Nah, you can't be. Nah. And then after the reverse 450 splash, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, Neville does it, but I'm not sure. I think he used to do it in NXT because it was surely in his moveset on WWE 2K16. Or 2K15, I think, was the first one he was in, and it was on his moveset, so I thought maybe he did it, but I don't know. And then Dorado ends up hitting the shooting star press, which we haven't seen in a long time in WWE. So that was pretty cool too, to see him hit a move we haven't seen in a while. But I enjoyed this match. I thought it had its unique spots, but it also it did a good job of just wrestling in general. I enjoyed it. I can't remember who I thought was going to win this match, but either way, I was excited either way. I liked Ali's character. It seemed like unique to me. You didn't respond to my joke about Tier Uno being in this tournament. That's why I hasn't been on TNA. So
I ignored it. I specifically ignored it. Yeah. Moving on. First of all, before we move on, I don't understand what you're talking about, how, we see all these suicide dives all the time. I mean, you could have an entire match just suicide dives, and I would be happy. I would vote that as much as
I love suicide dives, but to a certain degree, it's like everything in wrestling. If you do it enough, it's gonna get old, and it also depends on how you do it. Like people do.
Except for suicide dives and super kicks, those never get old, ever. Anyway, we got Akira Tozawa versus Kenneth Johnson. First of all, who let Cheeseburger's big brother in this tournament? Who did that? Who did that? I need to talk to who did that, because come on, man, come on. I can't be the only one who thought he was Cheeseburger's older brother. I'm just saying. I think, though, that my neighbors almost called the cops because I was screaming right along with Tozawa. Every time he was screaming, I was like, yeah, wah! But I did think this match was a little bit too slow for what I expected. It seemed also awkward at times, just with the size difference. This comes up a lot. size difference, and with Kenneth being so kind of tall and lanky, um, I think that's a setback with guys like him who are, taller and lankier. A lot of moves kind of look a little bit awkward. Just it's just how it is. It's nothing against him. It's just how his body is. But in general, I just wasn't impressed with Kenneth Johnson. Again, a main event in the CWC where I feel like it was a mismatch, or they could have booked better. I think they could have booked Kenneth, maybe, flip the opponents in last week's match and this week's match. It might have been a better matches, I feel like, maybe. But it felt, again, like a mismatch. I don't know. You have a guy like Akira Tozawa who is so good, and a guy with like Kenneth Johnson, who, I'm not saying he's not good. It's just, it's like putting, Akira Tozawa in a match with Kenneth Johnson. I can't think of a better analogy than that. But definitely, I would like to see, Kenneth Johnson back again. Maybe put him in NXT, get him some more training and stuff like that. Have him work, with guys of different sizes, just to kind of work on that size difference, working with guys who are smaller than him, working with guys that are bigger than him, just kind of, figuring out how he could make things look better. But Akira Tozawa obviously got the win and is moving on, which I wasn't surprised with. But just because, Kenneth Johnson is a lesser known guy, I feel like a lot more people are going to know. And it feels like that's how the tournament's been so far. The guys that are more well known are winning. Yeah, because WWE. But thoughts on the match?
I completely disagree with that. I'm honestly, like, I know some of these guys. I don't know all of them. But I completely disagree with your point about last week and this week as far as the main events are concerned. Like, I know that Akira Tozawa and Kota Ibushi are good, like, and are really good. And I didn't really know much about their opponents, but I still felt like it was booked in a way where it made it feel like they could win. Like, that was a possibility that they both could win. I thought they both looked good, which is how you're supposed to book the match. You don't. I mean, just because you're in a match with someone better doesn't mean there's not a possibility you can win. But I enjoyed this match though. I thought Johnson looked good. I definitely thought he looked good. I like his backstory. I like, that he's worked hard to get here. I thought it was cool. It was a slower match, but I think it was a good slower match in my opinion. I like the Shining Wizard. Oh my goodness. Oh, like, oh, my face. The discus forearm that to Johnson, like, every strike that Tozawa threw was like, is he dead? Like he's dead. He's dead. Like, every strike he threw, I thought it was done. I thought it was over. But the beautiful sequence that ended up ending with the double clothesline, and I like that because it kind of showed that the match was at a stalemate at that point. I don't love double clotheslines all the time, but like, they don't do them as much anymore. And even though Tozawa, oh my goodness, Pat. Anyway, even though Patrick Clark just showed up on the TV screen, I can't. But anyway, even though Tozawa seemed like he had the upper hand, it did feel like Johnson, when he did get his moves in, he still had chances to win, in my opinion. But I definitely love the double clothesline spot because it kind of started the match over a little bit. The reverse forearm into the gutbuster was amazing by Kenneth Johnson. I thought that was freaking really cool. And I am like the biggest fan of deadlift German suplexes. I think everyone should do them. I think they should do them on the ramp. They should do them on top of buildings. They should do them everywhere. I love deadlift Germans. They're probably shout out to Dalton Castle. You know,
Should they do
I
them
think
on top?
Neville does one.
Should they do them on top of a mountain for a certain title?
Yeah, they should actually. I think they should. But yeah, like I enjoyed this match. I think the Cruiserweight Classic as a whole, um, because like the I guess the issue with your statement that I have is that you didn't say that when T.J. Perkins was facing the Mac, and you obviously know more about T.J. Perkins than you do the Mac. You
Yeah,
didn't say that
but
when
the Mac be Dan.
Tajiri was facing Damian Slater.
I
You know,
did. I said that Damian Slater was gonna win because he the man and Tajiri's old. I love Tajiri, but he's old. What they need to put Tajiri in a crew. He needs to be in the Golden Truth. Just put him in the Golden Truth, and it's gonna be good. Yeah. I'm sorry. I just I'm just anyway. I'm I'm gonna assume you're done with your thoughts because you're offended by my statements, which I stand by wholeheartedly. And maybe if you ranked Alexa Bliss higher, my thoughts would have been different on certain matches in Cruiserweight Classic. Probably not, but I'm just saying she number one all the time, every time, except if like Sasha Banks is in there
she's not though.
and
She's really
Carmella.
not. I mean, like
Three-way top
my
three.
ranking. I mean, my ranking for her at number 3. I put her above Carmella. Um,
I mean, and that was
if you read the article, you know why my ranking was the way my ranking was. So just because she's cute doesn't mean I'm gonna put her at number 1.
she's
If you haven't
gorgeous.
already, by the way, go ahead and swing over to dailyddt.com and read my article, counting down, ranking the top, not top 6, ranking the 6 NXT call ups from the draft. That was pretty interesting. But yeah, no, and tell Casey that he's wrong. That's the major key.
I'm not wrong because she's amazing, and we'll talk about that in the NXT review, which is coming up soon. As soon as he finishes watching NXT and finishes watching the match with Patrick Clark trying to be Captain America or something like that. Those tights, I couldn't. I was like
I get it. I get it that he's American. Like I knew that, right? Like what?
American. Like I was waiting for like American flag to come down.
Died in the last chancery though. Like he did.
But anyway, that was week 2 CWC review. Unfortunately, I will not be here next week, like I said. So you got to deal with that guy. I'm sorry. I'll be back. I'm so sorry. But you get one more show with me. I mean, well, 2. One more with me hosting, 2 more with me this week. Because I'll be here for TNA, but I don't host TNA. He hosts TNA. But then I'll be there for NXT and I host NXT. But anyway, give us your thoughts on the matches. If you agree with me, if you disagree with DJ, if you have any other opinions, I don't want to hear them because they're wrong. I'm not saying that I'm always right, but I'm always right. And follow our Twitter, ICW_podcast. I guess you can go read his article and disagree with his ranking. I did, but he's gonna be writing more articles. We'll probably disagree with them. I might agree with some of them. Like if he writes like an article on like how Alexa is awesome and Sasha is awesome and Carmella is awesome and how I should be day manager all three of them at one time. Because I could do it. I can manage multiple. I could do all the, and then go watch the rest of our videos on the channel. Subscribe to the channel, like, share, all that stuff, and then go read his articles and stuff like that. I'm trying to help him out. I'm trying to help him out. He got a new job. He be working now. He be getting paid. He be making that money and ranking things horribly. I'm just saying. These are my opinions. Although I will give him credit. Finn Balor #1. I can get behind that, but like it should have been a 3-way tie for #1 with Alexa Bliss and Carmella. I'm just saying.
That's not how rankings work, though.
That's how rankings work in my mind. So we will be back with the NXT review next, unless you're watching this at a later time, and then it's whenever you watch it, because that's the beauty of our channel. Like I said in past videos, it's like the WWE Network, but it's free unless you want to send us money. Then it's whatever you want to send us, and we'll accept it. But it's on demand, and it's on YouTube, and it's on your laptop or your computer or your cellular device. Bye.